poisoned Dave Bautista. What did you do? Did you use a toothbrush, toothpaste, or whatever? Like, no, he heard pineapple juice at the beginning, and he just gave him pineapple juice. This man is completely idiotic. This man stole the idea of literally trying to kill someone in the dark, late night and stuff. Remember? It's like, oh my gosh. And it's crazy how the reveal doesn't make the character more smarter. It makes him more dumber. Mm-hmm. And I love that twist of events.
Welcome back to the Real Talk podcast and our all-new Real Talk Studios.
It's about time.
Studio,
baby. Studio. What are you doing?
Oh my God! We got a soundboard.
So we have this thing called a soundboard. And
we've been making money.
Yeah. So this is how we're gonna do our transitions now. We're gonna do one of them Batman transitions.
No, we're not. Also, this isn't our studio. It's all a facade. We're here at my place.
Yes.
The boys came down to Waterloo, so I could use my building's theater. Mm-hmm. So we like the setup.
I think so. I
remember last time we filmed down here.
Yeah.
Somebody commented saying like they didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh dang. Well, I think it's because we both looked like we were sweating because it was a little warm in here. Luckily, it is not as bad as it was before.
Yeah, it's winter time, but like that person did that, and I was just like,
"Hey yo, what the fuck?"
Wow, this is like no, Josh.
Yeah, it's funny because like remember I think a few episodes ago I tried to do the whole remember we reviewed Black Adam a few weeks ago.
Yes, we did.
And Christian has sunglasses out so we could do it's the biggest piece of dog shit. But if we had this back then, I could have just been all
it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Yeah.
Well, luckily this movie was not that.
Yeah. So in today's episode, we're going to be reviewing Glass Onion.
A Knives Out mystery? Is that what it's titled?
Starring
They could have they just called it. Oh yeah. Oh hello there.
Yeah.
We didn't save that one.
That's
luckily.
what's his name? Benoit Blanc.
Benoit Blanc. Oh yeah. Daniel Craig's character, who sounds like Foghorn Leghorn from Looney Tunes.
He has a French name. Dresses like an Englishman.
I'll say. There's a murder. No, that's how Foghorn Leghorn talks. You fucking pleb.
Who is Foghorn? Anyways.
Oh my God!
Fucking fail.
Fuck off.
I don't know how useful this is gonna be. Like we have a bunch of dank memes on our favorites.
What we are going to stop is we're not going to be clicking this every 5 seconds. If we do, Christian is going to strangle both of us.
Chris is just gonna be like doing the editing, and then he's gonna call us and be like, "Guys, what the fuck? This is nuts."
Hey yo, what the fuck?
I'm just saying. Okay, back to Glass Onion.
So, Nevis, what do you think of this movie?
You know what? Glass Onion was an awesome film. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Nevis liked the movie?
I know, right? Like, I don't know. Apparently, I hate everything in life.
Hey, TikTok followers, how you doing?
No, I'm not. Fuck that. I'm not clicking on that shit.
When will you learn?
Okay, Josh,
Yeah.
you're going to lose your privileges soon. Okay? No.
When will you learn?
Glass Onion was an enjoyable film.
Yeah.
It had a great assortment of characters that you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of like Total Drama Island with the amount of like cool, funny characters.
Oh my God, that's
right?
Yeah.
It kind of gave me that vibe, except this was like a murder mystery. But unlike the first Knives Out,
Total drama mystery.
yeah, total drama mystery. It's like, all right, campers, we're gonna have to find out who murdered the Glass Onion. No, I'm just kidding. But in this film, I think the mystery behind it was far more interesting than the first one. Well, I wouldn't go far more interesting, but I would say it took a different turn than the first one, I would say.
I agree. And like I watched the movie, and it's also a lot more funny.
Yeah, than the first one.
I got from the trailer. So like I was like I came into this movie thinking like, okay, I'm gonna laugh because the way I see it is there's actually an analogy I have for this where I remember when I was in high school, one of my teachers, one of my DECA coaches was like, Josh will be doing his presentation, and then he'll have a good joke. But when everyone laughs, then Josh will start to really ramp it up. Because he'll be like, okay, if that's a laugh, then there's maybe a bigger laugh over there.
Right.
So he'll go higher and higher, and that's how I kind of felt with like the first Knives Out doing so well. Like, the first Knives Out was kind of like they were trying something new. Like when was what was the last whodunit movie that came out?
That's the thing.
Knives Out?
Well, kind of funny to say that because this is coming out around the same time as like those other films, like The Murder of the Orient Express, and the Death of the Nile type of thing.
Yeah.
It has a very similar type of franchise boost where it's like Kenneth Branagh plays the detective with the big mustache during the back in the day, and he's trying to find out the murder of these people. Except with Ryan Johnson, he's like, I'm just gonna write my own story. This is not based on any books, and I'm just gonna have fun with it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get a bunch of characters, bunch of actors playing these characters, and just having a good time. And I feel like this, especially Glass Onion, gives off that vibe of just like casting all these very talented people to be in this film and just going all out.
Yeah, I mean, they did that with the first one, and it was
Yeah.
really well received. So I'm
Yeah,
glad
yeah.
that like he came out with a sequel, and it carries it along. And honestly, I was like a little bit apprehensive about this at first when I saw the
Okay.
first trailer because I was worried like, shit, are they gonna like do something really wrong with this? And I'm glad to say that they didn't. That
Yeah.
it was a great movie. It stands alone on its own. You don't need to
Yeah.
watch. You don't need to watch the first Knives Out
No.
to watch this.
The only connection is the Benoit Blanc's, what's his fucking name?
Daniel Craig,
Daniel
Benoit Blanc.
Daniel
Oh my God!
Daniel Craig's character in Glass Onion.
Oh, and
That's the
speaking
only
of which,
connection.
before you get any deeper into this is a whodunit movie,
Yes.
and we're about to spoil whodunits.
yeah.
So,
It's whodunit.
you've been warned. If you haven't
Spoiler.
seen it, short review, good movie. Go
Yes.
watch it. It should be. It's still in theaters, right?
It's going to be in select theaters, but if you want to wait it out, Netflix is going to release it on their platform in
my
like
birthday.
late December.
It's gonna come
Is
out
it
on my
the
birthday.
23rd?
23rd. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. What's it called? Festivus for the rest of us.
Festivus.
Yeah.
Festivus. Good stuff.
Anyways.
Edward Norton is a dumbass in this film, and I love him.
Okay, thank God. I got a little worried there. I was about to be like, dude, Edward Norton was one of the best parts about this movie.
Legit-
I love Edward
Because he's a
Norton.
dumbass character in the film.
Yeah.
He represents like that pretentious egotism that we see a lot in like media and stuff like that. And it's great. He's like, I am the perfect artist. I know everything. And Daniel Craig's like, "Oh, okay, sure. Like I solved your
wow.
puzzle in like 2 seconds.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was such a like.
It's like it's
he
a
solved-
fifth grader type shit.
He solved it, and then everybody was just like, oh.
Kind of gave me your younger brother vibes when it came to like solving of the. I don't know, like something about like, oh, I know everything.
Oh, you're gonna compare Edward Norton to Matt?
No, Daniel Craig to Matt because
Oh.
of just how like he just like, dude, you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I know it is.
Did you watch all your movies at 3 times speed? How do you think I edit your podcast?
I know, right? Okay, fucking Mark Zuckerberg.
But
Shout out to Matt.
okay. Okay.
Shit.
Nevis, you want to go over the events of the movie?
Yes. So the film starts with a little puzzle game that each person has. We don't know the connection, and then we find out later that this very rich billionaire or trillionaire, whatever, Edward Norton's character, has a bunch of friends, and what he does every year is he takes them to his island to do like a murder mystery. You know those murder
Wait, his
mystery
onion,
parties.
his island is called.
Glass onion.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Hence the
it's
name.
shaped like an onion. Obviously, there are layers.
Oh yeah.
Ogres. Yeah.
Do we have any Shrek? I don't think we have any Shrek things. on
Good,
this.
because I'm pretty sure that one was really fucking loud.
Jesus Christ.
I apologize in advance. But back to the film. So a bunch of these characters go onto the island, and Daniel Craig arrives as well. But he wasn't.
he wasn't invited, yeah.
Wasn't invited. Oh.
But they let him stay anyways.
Yeah,
Yep.
and one of the characters in the film was a what?
Also,
What?
Can we, I don't mean to cut you off, but like when he gets onto the island, can we talk about his fit?
Dude, Daniel Craig's?
Dude, that pants.
I love it.
I didn't like it.
Oh, I love it,
Like,
dude.
I love Daniel Craig and I love his first of all his outfits in this were
Dude,
stellar.
his
but that,
short shorts, man, and his what is it?
those baggy ass pants,
Oh man,
bro, they were the size of like his torso.
Yo, all I'm gonna say is drip.
Each leg was like this big and they were just floating in the wind. I was like, buddy, put on some like get a tailor, man.
Dude,
I saw that. I was because I see Daniel Craig, I see James Bond. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
he's gonna be dressed to kill. And then I saw that, and I
Ah.
was like,
Well, here's the thing, Josh. He's not playing James Bond in this film. He's playing a detective.
Okie dokie.
Shut the fuck. I'm gonna take this away from you. I'm just kidding.
yeah. So sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Baba Booey.
So, with Daniel Craig's character, don't laugh. Don't fucking laugh.
Baba Booey.
So back to Daniel Craig's character.
Baba
So
Booey.
his character in this film is a detective. He's not a spy or anything like that. He's solving the mystery, and that's his profession.
Yeah.
He's an expert at it.
And
Also,
I mean, he was like that in the first one.
also, I think what was my least favorite part of this film, was closer to the beginning where they introduced Daniel Craig's character playing Among Us, and I didn't really like it. I'm trying really hard to like use this, Josh. While
You know,
also
you said you were
integrating-
going to take it away from me, but I think I might have to take away.
No,
take
but he was
your,
playing Among Us, was he not?
Yes, but like.
That shit was.
Oh, that's why you kept on the favorites.
Shut up. That's why Among Us, like, I'm not a huge fan of that. Fucking.
Okay, well, I don't understand it because I mean, why does everyone hate Among Us? Like, I get it, but like, it's not that bad.
It's because people overuse the joke, Josh, including us.
It's 2020. It's almost 2023. Like, you can say Among Us or like refer to Among Us without being oh no cringe. Do we have that? We have that one.
No, we don't.
Shit.
It's
Anyways,
okay. We're gonna
But-
talk about the movie.
So we start talking. They start playing Among Us.
Yeah.
Or they introduce him through Among Us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he gets invited because of a particular character, which we find out a lot more about. Is what was her name? It was the
Andy.
friend
Cassandra.
Cassandra. Yes, Cassandra, or so we think.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the film, it's like, oh, because in the I don't like that, Josh. Just okay, fucking okay. We're just gonna. Can we just do that?
Sure.
Okay.
Anyways,
So back
this is
to
a
the,
bad idea.
It's okay. Hey, you know what? It was okay. We'll put it back. We'll put it back.
But yeah. So we think she's Cassandra. What was her real name? Like Henry or something? Henrietta or something?
Yeah, yeah. It was her twin sister,
Yeah.
which is a nice twist within the film because I thought with a whodunit murder, it was actually going to happen. First off, Edward Norton's character was going to get killed for real. That's what I assumed was going to happen, and then we were going to find out, oh, who did it? Because they all kind of had a reason to hate Edward Norton.
Yeah.
Even Daniel Craig says it. It's like, hey, like you made this made-up mystery for all of them, but like you're kind of being an asshole to all of them for different reasons.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's kind of similar to the first Knives Out because
Yeah.
every character had a motivation to kill the grandfather. What
Yeah.
was his name?
Christopher Plummer's character.
Yeah, Christopher Plummer's character. They all had reasons to kill him.
Yeah, I kind of liked this one a little bit more than the first one because the first one was very family oriented, like, oh, this is a dysfunctional family, which I'm fine with. I love all the actors who played it.
Yeah.
But I like when it's a smaller scale and it's just all friends. Because then there's like a lot more betrayal from that, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah.
A lot of dynamic moments of like characters one-upping each other and stuff. Like, I love Dave Bautista's character. He's
I just
like-
love Dave Bautista.
Oh, he's great. I
Yeah.
would say out of all the WWE stars that became movie actors, like he has had the best record in his filmography. He's in Blade Runner 24/9. He's Guardians of the Galaxy. He's in this film.
Yeah.
He's even in Army of the Dead, which I know a lot of people aren't a huge fan of, but he was good in that. Like he put it in his all, and I respect that.
Okay.
Okay,
Sorry.
stop.
Sorry.
Fucking
I
pause
thought-
the fucking.
I was trying to pause it and then it just started over.
See, this is what Josh does. He's just like, hey, yeah, Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Oh shit, I
name is
forgot. Yeah. So with a lot of these characters, like they have motivations to kill Edward Norton.
Yeah.
But the twist about it is, it was Edward Norton involved in all of these schemes that led them to this like climactic reveal.
Yeah.
That Daniel Craig shows, and that's what I love about this film is like they don't show it beat by beat. They have a certain point where you think it's going to go a different direction with the character dying,
Yeah.
when in reality they flash back and tell you, no, this is how it actually went over. And I love that. I love how they handled that, especially like, what was it? It's like I know you haven't seen Back to the Future Part 2, but there's like in that movie they reenact scenes but in different perspectives.
Ah.
Same with this movie,
yeah.
and I love when movies do that. It's such a clever thing
I
to
do too. It kind of like it kind of reminds me of like I can't remember. Do you watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah.
So if any of our viewers are Brooklyn Nine-Nine fans, it reminds me of like the Halloween heists.
Oh, okay.
And like at the end of the episode, it's like revealing like through a different perspective, like Gina was in the back there
Yeah.
wearing Amy's clothes, hiding from everyone. Oh, Gina pulled her fake teeth out to do this. It's like, I don't know.
Oh, you know what a good example that you have seen is Hoodwink.
Oh, dude, I haven't seen Hooked in a minute.
But you know how that goes.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's the cross
Yeah.
reference different perspectives of different characters. So similar to what they did here, and I love when they do that. It makes the film go into different directions, and it makes because when you watch a whodunit film, you're thinking about who did it.
yeah, that's the whole point of the movie.
Exactly.
Who did it?
So it's kind of like, oh, you're trying to think yourself. You're like, oh, I can outsmart this movie.
Yeah, you think you can.
Yeah, but Ryan Johnson's like, nah.
And that's what I love because like there are a lot of movies that will employ a murder mystery like oh, who killed it, or even like TV shows like fucking Law and Order.
Yeah.
It's like you'll be like, oh, I know he did it, or like you'll be watching a movie, and I mean, granted, in the first Knives Out, I knew from 0-0 that, spoiler alert, Chris Evans did it because he's like the most popular actor that was in that
Yeah.
movie. I was like, I don't care what this movie tries to spin, it has to be Chris Evans. If it's not Chris Evans,
I was thinking the same thing when the movie started, because especially his performance, I'm like, he did it. He
Yeah.
probably did. In this film, though.
I knew before I even saw the movie.
Oh.
Like I saw the trailer and I saw Chris Evans and I was like, this is like the height of the MCU. Like I know
Yeah.
that there are a bunch of top tier, like that. The first Knives Out top tier actors.
A
and
lot
actors,
of top tier actors.
yeah. But I was just like, it's got to be Chris Evans.
Yeah.
And then I went to the theater and for a little bit I was like, maybe he didn't. Maybe this movie's gonna get one on me. And it turns out it's like maybe Marty actually did kill
Yeah.
Christopher Plummer.
Imagine that.
And then then
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so it was Chris Evans. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Whereas in this film, I didn't know where they were going to go with it. I'll be honest. I really respected the hell out of that with his storytelling and whatnot. It's probably my favorite Ryan Johnson film.
I mean, yeah,
I know-
because
yeah.
what I think this movie did in terms of the mystery aspect better than the first Knives Out is I mentioned I saw the first one before when I saw the trailer I was like Chris Evans did it, and then I saw this movie and I was like they're gonna try to pull a fast one on me. I will not fall for this.
Yeah.
Now in this one, spoiler alert. Do you want to spoil who the murderer was?
So it was Edward Norton that did it.
What this movie did better in my opinion was when I saw the trailer.
Yeah.
And I kind of got the vibe of like what each character was. I was like, Edward Norton did it, didn't he?
Yeah.
I predicted that when I went in, but what it did differently is like each character just had so many motivations.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like, every character was so rich that if, like I got like I'd say like at the halfway point I was like, okay, it can't be Edward Norton. Not that it can't be. It's like every single character here has an equal chance of being.
But the
murderer.
craziest thing about it is when you find out the reveal of the twin sister, and it was actually the sister who found out about her other sister's suicide
Yeah.
before anybody else and had the original letter and stuff. It's like, oh, they finally won.
Yeah.
It's great. And then Edward Norton burns it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, that's what I mean.
The suspense was like
You don't
coming
know
down,
what-
and then just went boom.
Did you know what they were going to do after that?
No.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's like, even if you know who the person was, they still one up it. It's like, no, there's still more to this.
Yeah.
Look at that. And that's the thing, too, about Ryan Johnson and his films, because I had a similar vibe with, and I want to rewatch it to see if you would have similar thoughts, is The Last Jedi, because that's probably his most controversial film.
Whack.
Fuck off. Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch the fucking The Last
Stop
Jedi.
it. Get some help.
Give me a
No,
sec. Don't
no,
press
I'm
it.
not gonna watch it. I will not.
Please, no! No!
No.
No!
Okay. Look.
I'm not gonna watch The Last Jedi ever again in my
Look,
life.
My brother in Christ, calm your butt, okay? In The Last Jedi, there was similar story beats of one-upping itself. It's like, but wait, there's more. But wait, there's more. But wait, there's more. But in that case, from what I remembered, it just felt overlong. Whereas in this case, the one-upping was more quick and it was more straightforward and simplified.
Yeah.
I feel like he controlled the world very well in that regard. Whereas if he handles a property, or at least the example being Star Wars, it's such a monumental, like colossal thing to handle that you can't really make it the way you want it to. Or maybe, people make mistakes and whatnot. Regardless, I know you hate Last
I'm
Jedi.
not. Yeah.
Fucking Christ, man.
It
Okay.
brings me back to like when we did our Star Wars review, and
Yeah.
you called me out for wearing a Last Jedi shirt because it was the only Star Wars shirt I had that
I
fits.
don't think it's going to be as bad as you think it is. Like, but regardless, Knives Out, Glass Onion, we both enjoyed.
Yeah.
And it had its moments in regards to that. And the way it ends too, I love. It makes all the characters change
Yeah.
and develop in a way that makes them learn from their mistakes.
Yeah. No, it was a good ending. I think. I'm still debating whether I prefer its ending to the original Knives Out ending, where like Marta's just standing above everybody, drinking out of the "This is my house, my
Yeah.
rules, my coffee cup," because I really liked that one.
Oh, that's great.
I will say though that I think I prefer the original Knives Out
Okay.
over this one. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's Chris Evans because everyone knows that he's my
Oh,
man
yeah.
crush.
Fair enough.
No, I think there's just something about. I don't know. There's something about the first one that just makes me prefer it over this one.
Yeah.
But that does not take away anything from this.
I
from this
remember
movie.
the first Knives Out having a lot more characters than this one did.
Did it have more characters?
I felt like it.
I feel like it was more chaotic.
Even
too.
Lakeith Stanfield was in the first Knives Out.
Yeah, but he was just kind of barely there.
That's
He was really
true.
wasted in that one, actually.
Yeah, I thought they would utilize him more, but I guess I don't know, different area. He's got his own stuff going on.
Yeah,
as
he
a
kind of just stood there
detective.
as a cop. And
Right?
I mean, he was very enthusiastic. I remember
Yeah,
that.
given
like
the
that.
amount of screen time he had, yeah. But that's what I mean. Like he was in it. A bunch of people else were in it. They were even kids. Like the kid from It was in it, and the actress from 13 Reasons
Why,
Why. There's so many people. Whereas in Knives Out, I can probably name like 7 at least, maybe 8, because they were all in an island.
Yeah.
They didn't have to go to coffee shops. They didn't have to go here.
That's true. Yeah,
there.
that's also true. Yeah.
So they were all stuck.
And I don't know.
on the island.
I think the plot of it. I think the plot of Marta inheriting,
Yeah,
I'm really
the
trying
estate,
to
the
find.
family estate.
I know. I was trying to remember. I thought I caught Christopher Plummer's character name. I can't remember.
It's
but-
okay.
Yeah. Anyways, that just caused so much chaos, and I think the
Yeah.
chaos of that just also just just made the energy even more.
But I felt like the tension in this movie was far more effective than
I agree.
that one. Especially remember the part where Edward Norton's getting scared and Daniel Craig slaps him. Why you? It's like because the game 10 o'clock
Yeah.
lights out, and I love that whole sequence
Yeah.
of all them in the dark and stuff because it goes up and up and up and up. And like there's scenes I remember where Edward Norton's staring at the glass and stuff like that. His performance, oh my god, I love his performance in this film because it's so layered and it's just like layered
like an onion.
like a glass onion. Even the flashback.
Glass ogres are like glass onions.
I like
They
that.
have glass layers.
I like the flashbacks that they had in the film when they were like, "Oh, this is how we all met and stuff." Because like, fucking Dave Bautista's wig, Edward Norton's, Tom Cruise Magnolia looking hairdo, man. I love it, man. It's great. Are you okay?
Yeah. It's
You-
been a while since we had to film a podcast where we're sitting next to each other.
Yeah.
So like my neck is cranking over, and I'm
Get
just
it.
like, I mean, it's nice to see you again. Like we can touch elbows and shit.
You touch elbow.
that.
Yeah.
I like it, cut G.
But like it's that one dropped.
Yeah, I
That
know.
wasn't that great.
It's okay. Better luck next time. But
we should get that onto this.
don't tempt us. Don't tempt
I'll be
us,
like,
John.
Nathan would hate it.
Probably. But yeah, with this film, it kind of just had interesting ways of telling the story.
Yeah.
Because a lot of whodunit films, I think Clue's another good example of it, where it's just like they just go from point A to point B. But I kind of like the ones where it get like flashbacks, it fast forwards, and then it's all in the moment.
Yeah.
And I think my favorite part in this entire film was Daniel Craig roasting the shit out of Edward Norton and his lack of understanding.
Yeah, that was my
anything.
favorite scene too.
Holy fucking
Because
shit.
I don't know. I don't think he had many like funny moments in the first one.
Not really.
I think my favorite moment from Daniel Craig in the first one was when he just like the sly comment like, "What was the serial masturbator doing on the toilet?"
Yeah.
Do you remember that line?
I think so.
When he was
Well,
referring to the kid from It.
yeah, he was. He talked. He talked like this. I suspect a murder.
But like in this one, I feel like he had a lot more. The camera. He was in this movie a lot more than he was.
I
in the
love
last
that.
one. Yeah.
That's the thing. I love his character, and I'm glad that he was in this movie more. And I hope to see. I think they are going to make a third Knives Out.
They are or they aren't.
They are.
Yeah.
Have you heard about that?
I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Because
If-
Netflix bought the rights to making Knives Out sequels for $460 million.
Yeah, I saw that because that's
That's
how I found out
insane.
it's gonna be on Netflix. Because I was gonna I watched the movie yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was on Netflix yesterday. And I was like, oh, could I have just watched this at home? And I went onto Netflix, and it's like, oh, coming on December 23rd.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, well, good
but-
thing I watched it.
It's a good theater experience, especially nowadays where it's like people rarely go to the theaters anymore unless it's like a Top Gun Maverick or like a where it's like it's an epic scale. It's like who's gonna watch a film where people are talking? Imagine that. You know, it's like no, it's actually riveting dialogue, and I'm glad I was able to see it earlier than the Netflix release, and I hope most people do.
Yeah, I definitely. This is a definite recommend, in my opinion. This is wait, where the fuck is it?
Oh, you fucking dink!
This is a certified hood classic.
Fuck! I fucking hate this. Ugh. That's my brain right now. Whatever. It's a certified hood classic. It's a great movie. I hope.
Great movie, man. This movie was 10 out of 10 in my. Well, actually, no. What would you rate it as?
I would probably rate this probably 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, probably around that range.
Well, yeah, I was gonna go same thing. 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
in the middle. In the middle.
It's beautiful. Yeah,
Beautiful,
I love it.
love
Okay,
it.
well, this guy watched The Irishman yesterday, didn't he?
Maybe.
How about 12.5?
You're more than 15. You're saying something.
What do you say?
What is it? I ain't saying nothing.
You know what's funny? I actually say that a lot when I do tours. Because
Oh.
it'll be like I'll have like a 3 o'clock tour,
Yeah.
and it'll be like, and I'll have like 3 tours booked for 3 o'clock. So it's like the first 2 show up, and then the third one's not there. And I'm like, all right, guys, does anybody want any water? Okay, we're gonna wait until 3:05 because I don't wait for more than 5 minutes for anybody in my entire life.
In my life. Man, I just remember that whole dialogue scene where it's just like, you poisoned Dave Bautista. What did you do? Did you use a toothbrush, toothpaste, or whatever? It's like, no, he heard pineapple juice at the beginning and he just gave him pineapple juice. This man is completely idiotic. This man stole the idea of literally trying to kill someone in the dark, late night and stuff. Remember? It's
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh. And it's crazy how the reveal doesn't make the character more smarter. It makes him more dumber. And I love that twist of events.
Yeah, I agree, and that's what I was getting to, like about just Daniel Craig's character in this movie just had so much more to do, and he just had so much more charisma in this one. like he
Yeah.
just like in the first one there wasn't really many moments of him like going off on characters.
Not really. No.
But in this one, like he's frustrated with how idiotic Edward Norton is,
Yeah.
and he just goes off on him, and just is like, this guy's a fucking idiot.
It's like yeah, it reminds me of not in a goofy way character wise, but like the Pink Panther films, how it's like Inspector Clouseau.
watch them.
Oh my God, those are funny films. But the inspector in that is clumsy. He doesn't do his job properly,
That's the
but
guy
he still
from,
gets.
What's his name again? Cheaper by a Dozen guy.
Oh,
Steve
you're
Martin.
thinking Steve Martin. Well, they made original films with Peter Sellers back in the day. But still, like same concept of like he's incompetent, but he still gets the job done. Whereas Craig's character, he's actually a good detective, but he's funny. He's very charismatic, and he gets the job done. I love.
And you got a lot of hints of that in the first one, which I'm really glad they expanded upon in this one.
Yeah.
Like you can tell, like in the first one, it's like this guy doesn't have a stick up his ass. He's a good detective, but he has a sense of humor.
Also, I was not confused, but I just want to clarify. So when Cassandra's sister, twin sister,
Yeah, Helen.
Helen, thank you, she comes in and talks to Daniel Craig. Hugh Grant was in it.
Hugh, like what's his name? Chris Evans.
No, Hugh Grant. He opens the door and he's like, "Hey, can I help you with something?"
Who's Hugh Grant again?
Hugh Grant was in the film Glass Onion.
Yeah. Well, there's a character named. Sorry. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
The Chris Evans' name in the first one was Hugh as well.
Oh no! The actor Hugh Grant in Glass Onion. When
What?
she knocks on the door,
Yeah.
he
I'm
opens
pretty
the door.
sure.
Who was he?
I don't. Was that a?
Was that his assistant? Was that his partner? Who was that? I was so confused in the film.
I don't think he was a partner.
Who was he? Because in the film he's like, "Oh, there's a person wanting to see you," and you remember he's in the bathtub.
Did we just create our own whodunit just now?
Fuck.
Who was Hugh?
God damn it!
Sorry, I have so much like scenes from the first one playing in my mind because I've seen that one like 10 times.
Fair enough. It says in Glass Onion, when she knocks on the door of Daniel Craig's apartment,
Yeah.
he opens the door. Hugh Grant, the actor's
Yes.
character, him
Yes.
opens the door. He's like, "Can I help
Blanc's domestic partner.
you?" Okay. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Fucking Wikipedia that shit. Josh's head be like, I just had to do it.
Oh my God.
So, final thoughts on Glass Onion, A Knives Out.
Pretty good. It was
mystery.
pretty solid, man. No, it was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. I will definitely rewatch it. I'll probably watch it with the family over the holidays, like around New Year's.
Yep.
Yeah, great movie. Highly recommend it. What about you?
Probably the same thing. Probably watch this with my family. It's a great film. Great murder mystery. I love the writing and dialogue. And I hope to see more movies starring Benoit Blanc, played by
I
Daniel
agree.
Craig.
Even if it's maybe a miniseries, yeah, that would be.
Oh
nice.
my God, that would be so awesome. Can we
Well,
get Netflix do miniseries? Okay,
on-
make a third movie and do a miniseries.
On that note, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Real Talk Podcast.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, and check out some of our shorter clips on Instagram and TikTok. With all that being said, we'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.
Peace out.